Hey guys, welcome back. Yeah, I was on the right track yesterday, but I just didn't use the lens of truth. I remember doing that before and being like, it's kind of dumb. You have to bomb this weird polygon in the corner of the room. I never liked that. I have more notes about the protest stuff. Well, something about the... I always get nervous when I see people getting angry at police, because I think, well, this guy's just really bad at his job. And I'm really bad at my job. So imagine if I made a mistake at work and then someone died and I had to go to jail and everyone hated me. That's me trying to be empathetic, I guess, towards the police. But then, I don't know, if you are a police officer, you kind of are, you do have to accept that risk of, you have to just be better, I guess. But it does make me nervous because I think I'm bad at my job, so I shouldn't be too judgmental of this cop because he's just being bad at his job. If I was a cop, I would be bad at it and I might end up killing somebody by accident, and I don't know. People will say, like this George Floyd thing especially, oh, it was malicious and racist. It's probably true, but I don't know how I'm supposed to, as a white person, how I'm supposed to tell that. I don't know. I think I have to play the left or right. Oh. Imagine if like I did a spreadsheet wrong and then like someone died. I know it's different, but I don't know. It's hard because I do want to be empathetic toward the police officer, but then you do end up taking the side of the police, and you're not really supposed to be doing that because it would be weird to say that this police officer isn't just, he's just a bad person, and that's why this happened. Instead, you kind of want to say he's like a victim of this system. As much as, yeah, I don't know. You can't really say that, though. Because is it his fault? Most people would say yes, it is his fault. He was doing something that most cops don't do. He's being malicious and racist, and he's a racist, bad person. He deserves to go to jail for the rest of his life for killing someone for no reason. Okay, it's sinking. It's hard for me to make that judgment, though. It's not really my job. If you're a black person and you feel that way, I think you have every right to, but I don't think I have. I don't think I could ever, I don't know. What was I saying? I got kind of lost. The mirror shows the wall. Ew. The lens, not the mirror. I just feel bad whenever someone gets shamed online for doing something, because I think I probably could have done that. Maybe it was just a mistake. But then people say, well, this wasn't really a mistake. He knew what he was doing. And most people, okay, I think you have to burn these. Yes. Okay. I'm remembering, see. Oh no. 3PO. Turn off all the compactors on the detentors level. Ah. Where could he be? 3PO. Where could he be? I don't know. I guess that wasn't a great note, was it? I thought it was funny how I always feel bad, like, I'm bad at my job. I hope nobody ever gets mad at me online for just, I guess that's why I became an accountant, because, I don't know. The thing about accounting that does scare me sometimes is you are involved with money and other people's money. I could lose money for the company if I made a mistake. If I entered a check wrong, or I sent out an invoice with the wrong amount on it, or something like that. Even though I think the way companies are set up is like you have people like me do the grunt work of that stuff, and then if I make a mistake, I could give it to the supervisor and he could be like, oh, this dumb idiot did a mistake, but I am saying that we need to do it this way, and I'm the supervisor and I'm smarter and have more power and stuff, so I can never really do anything too wrong. But that's why I am afraid to be like a manager or something. How am I doing with the like thing? Am I doing okay? I do want to keep being... I only do this for a couple hours every week, so I just be conscious of it and to not say it as much. I want that. I want that. I want that. Something about this issue that is interesting to me is that it seems so obvious which side is the right side. And I guess most people feel this way. And it is maybe just a vocal minority. The problem with the current situation is that you do need a major majority to change something, to stop or to unstop the inertia. I don't know how to phrase that. If you say to stop the inertia, that doesn't make sense. But if you say to push forward, you do need a big group of people to push this thing forward, because there is inertia. Everything wants to stay the same way it is. The police want to keep operating the way they've always operated. And it's just human nature to always just want everything to stay the same, because that's how it's always worked. And we're scared if we change, it's going to be worse. Oops. Throw it. So that's why it is a minority, I think, that's on the other side of this issue. And it's so hard to be on the other side of this issue, I think. Like the All Lives Matter people. What are they doing? I don't think it's a majority. I don't think it's like 52% and 48%. I think it's like 80-20. I really do. But that's what you need to make change. You need 80%. You need 90%. Or maybe not, 90's too much. 90's crazy. 90% of people can't even agree on like anything. You need a supermajority. You need a 2/3 type of thing. I think if people understood that, it would help them a little bit to be a little bit less frustrated. Because what happens is, you hear these people saying all lives matter and all this dumb stuff, and blue lives matter or whatever. And then you see that things aren't changing. So you think these people on this other side of this issue are the reason why things aren't changing. And it must be like 50-50. There must be 50% of people who are Blue Lives Matter and 50% of people who are Black Lives Matter. Because if it was 60-40, then we would win, right? The Black Lives Matter people would win and we would get everything we wanted. But that's not how it works, because you need a bigger majority to change things, I think. Especially when you're not like voting on anything. When it's a cultural thing that needs to be changed, or like a systemic thing. You need a super majority, not just a regular old majority, I think. Does that make sense? So people get frustrated when they think more people are on the other side than they are. But like, yeah, 20% of people in America are like kind of racist idiots, and you just gotta accept that. Oh, that's so much money that I'm wasting. And maybe you'll never reach them. Maybe it's impossible to reach those people. But it isn't impossible to change things, because you don't need those people. You just need the people kind of like me who are kind of, we don't really get involved too much in stuff, and so we're not like the activist people, but we are the people who will join in on the easy side, because it's so easy to support the Black Lives Matter thing and the protests, because it's so obvious that that's the right side. And we all want to be on the right side. Oops, there is a chest in there, or no? Oh, it's down here this way. Don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me. That's interesting. I guess I was thinking about it like, it's so obvious. Oh, no. Oh, so close. Gonna die. Oof. I was gonna shoot arrows at him. It's so obvious to everyone now. I wonder if there's a poll on, like, slavery. How many people think slavery is a good idea? It's gotta be maybe 95%. I mean, think it's a bad idea. I need the lens. How many people think like a Jim Crow thing or segregation is a good idea? I should probably look that up, because that would be interesting to know, because that would make my next point, which is that, oh, get it. Okay, don't die. Look at those little things. Stop it. Stop being so creepy. No. Ah. Don't, come on. Ooh, okay, I think I did it. Okay, good. It seems so easy. I mean, I could be wrong. I could be wrong about anything I say, obviously, but to project yourself into the future, because we're in the future now in relation to Jim Crow and slavery, and we all know it's a bad idea. Or we all know it was wrong. So now project yourself into the future and think, when you look back on this moment, what are you going to think? Are you going to side with the oppressed people, the Black Lives Matter, the black minority people who are mistreated by cops, or are you going to side with the way things are, the way police operate now, and the way the government operates now, or just the policies? It seems so obvious to say, well, obviously, Side with the oppressed people. It's easy for me to say that, but for some people it's not so easy to say. I was gonna say, well, it's easy for me to say that because I don't really have anything at stake on either side, really. So I can be safe and say, well, just side with the minority. Morally, or ethically, or just morally, that's a safer place to be. If you don't have anything at stake. I guess people on the other side of the issue have more at stake. They think, what if I'm a cop? Like, what if they start taking away my safety and my rights and stuff like that? Am I way over? No. Okay, but that's it though, right? Yeah. Okay. I cut my hair last week. How does it look? It's bad. Actually, my hair is okay, but I still got a lot of pimples. I got one like right here that I don't like. And this lighting is too bright. It's too bad. It's bad. It's light bright. So maybe that will be it for the protest stuff. I don't know. I could spend a whole week talking about it. Why not? Well, I guess I am worried that maybe I'm not as educated as I need to be to talk about it, but I did get to a point where I thought last week, or it was 2 weeks ago or whatever, where I thought maybe you shouldn't talk about this because you really don't know exactly what's going on, and you don't want to be like this white person who's inserting himself into this situation where nobody cares what you're talking about. Nobody cares about your opinion. Just let other people solve this problem and you can give them money or whatever. But I have this place where I can talk about stuff, and even if I don't know 100% what I'm talking about, it is a good place to maybe just say it out loud and to hear out loud what I think. And maybe when I listen back to it, I'll say, well, that was stupid. And then I'll learn and get better. And this is an important issue to learn about. And a good way to learn is to talk about it and to know, like, what am I going to say when I talk about this issue? Because I've never talked about it before. I've only ever thought about it a little bit. So when I say it out loud, what comes out of my mouth? And is it wrong? Do I believe wrong things? I'm sure some of the stuff I say is wrong about this and other stuff. It's hard to know. Sometimes when you talk, it reinforces bad beliefs, which isn't good. But I think when you listen back to yourself, you can be a little bit more objective and say, and then if somebody points it out, they could say, that's not true. I don't think that's right. And then next week, I'll talk about that. And we'll keep learning and getting smarter. But in the meantime, just always try to be nice and empathetic and try not to hurt anybody. But I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Empathy is the